inside and let the Norwegian through. Look at the work rate, 93%. Somehow I think the race organisers knew that this woman was going to be pushing harder than anybody else.
Do you know what, Patrick? I'm surprised she didn't ask for Mariana Longa to move out of her way. She's entitled to do that. She had to go the long way around, which frustrated her. But Mariana Longa probably couldn't hear if she did shout track.
We're looking for a winning time of around 37 minutes. That would be good. We had 35.52. You can hear the oxygen debt that Johaug is in at the moment. The lungs start squeaking. There is not enough oxygen getting into her body. If she can keep this going, it is a matter of willpower over physical limitations.
Well, what I'm thinking, if she's working at, well, which she is, at 94% of her max right now, she's got almost 20 minutes to cope with that level of pushing. Can she make it to the top? I think she can.
Yeah, well, she's certainly skiing as if she's going for first place, Mike. She's already gone from 5th to 2nd. There will come a stage, because I think Kowalczyk will just keep plugging away and hold on to the lead. There'll come a stage where Johaug has to think about defending 2nd, and that's a completely different psychology.
It is. We can't see it at the moment, but it has Longa tucked right in behind Johaug. I don't think she can stay with the pace. Johaug is just on a mission to close the gap on the leader now.
7.4, another 1,600 meters of climb to go for Justyna Kowalczyk. Technically,
huge rotation through the shoulders, Patrick, and look at the head. It's flopping from left to right. You cannot criticize it, because this hill is impossible. It's so steep.
The other thing to look at is the ski as it makes contact with the snow. If it glides instantly, you know they're skiing well. A lot of them, the ski will stop and then they'll push it away, and that is going to make life very difficult.
I'm surprised that Justyna hasn't opted for slightly shorter ski poles today. You can see how high she's placing her hands in relation to Johaug.
Yeah, Johaug's still going very well. The tempo is right up there. The work rate, we know, at 94% of maximum. She's kept it going from the outset. There was no question of taking the first 5 kilometers easy. Remember, she started 3 minutes and 21 seconds behind Kowalczyk, coming up towards the 7.4.
You know, I'm sure all the Italian spectators would have expected an Italian 2nd and 3rd place today.
Well, it still might happen. It might happen because Johaug has taken a risky tactic here.
Oh, this is a brave attempt. She really is closing the time now on Kowalczyk. It was 3 minutes and 21 seconds when Johaug started.
Now, one thing about Johaug, Mike, she's not got a lot of muscle in the upper body. The arms are going through the motions, but most of the work is coming out of the legs.
It is indeed, and look at how central she keeps the head in relation to where we saw Justyna. Now it's beginning to really become steeper and steeper.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of response there from Mariana Longa. May be sensing that the Norwegian having a spot of bother. Another look over the shoulder from Johaug. She's still got 1,600 meters to hang on in there, and we'll get an exact time to see what she's made up. 1:47 behind, having started 3:21 behind. That is phenomenal. 1 minute 40 already gained on Justyna Kowalczyk. She's only got to do the same again, and she'll be in business. But she is running out of time, and she's running out of climb. Now, Longa was overtaken 4.5 minutes ago, and in that time, Johaug has opened up a gap. Well, it's you can see it for yourselves. 1:47 to 2:14.
And Longa is a very good skater, and the technique is very good. The way she's keeping her hips so far forward, good angulation from ankle to knee to hip.
Here's a technique you see most often in club races, not at World Cup level. What do you want to call this one? Herringbone skate?
Alternate skate.
Alternate skate.
Alternate skate, but it's quite efficient, and you have to go into this mode when the muscles won't keep pressing in the skate 1 technique.
Well, we'll try and update you on anyone else who's making progress. The cameras, of course, staying with those at the front of the field. They need the cowbells, they need the cheers, and the Italians lucky enough to have a lot of home support. Here is Kowalczyk skiing as though she knows that someone is on her tail. Of course, whoever records the quickest time up the climb, Mike, picks up the 50 points for the World Cup.
Yeah, a lot at stake. Justyna's looking back down the slope. Look at those long poles.
Now, this is the battle between Petra Majdic and Charlotte Kalla. Kalla is slowly closing, but it is very slow progress indeed. I think both of these athletes struggling a little. That is a longing look to the top of the climb. We all know about that. There are plenty of false summits on the Alpe Chemise. She just has to stay strong, stay focused. 3:43 behind for Majdic. She started 3:08, so she's lost over 30 seconds to the race leader. And Charlotte Kalla was exactly 19 seconds down on Majdic at the start. 33%. That is as steep as the average staircase.
It's amazing. It hurts so much when you're trying to keep your momentum up these steep sections.
Long reach forward from Kowalczyk. That's good discipline, Mike. She's not getting much glide out of the ski, but at least she's managing to get the foot in front of the hips.
Quite amazing. I think all the spectators trackside, they can't believe that anyone can actually ski up this steep slope.
Well, this is the best crowd we've ever had on the Alpe Chemise, and all credit to Jøke Paul, Vegard Ulvang, whose brainchild this is. And I think it can only go from strength to strength, and they're looking forward to next year, Mike, because no Olympics, no World Championships. The Tour de Ski is going to be the highlight of the season.
It is, and I hope that we see Marit Bjørgen coming back into the Tour de Ski. She's sitting at home wishing that she was competing. Just the next two best movers down the pack. It's in fact Jakobsen, there she is. She's just moved up one position, but she's taken 20 seconds out of Kowalczyk.
Kristoffersen of Norway also through. Norway leading the rankings as far as the teams are concerned in the Tour de Ski. Italy in second, Sweden in third, Finland 4, and the Czech Republic in 6. Poland, who are going to have the race leader, all the way down in 8th. It's pretty much a one-man band.
At this stage, Patrick, this is nearly, what, 30 minutes of racing. The quadriceps, the main muscle group in the legs, are almost cramping up. They can barely react.
Now, do you think Johaug has made that switch, Mike, from chasing first to finishing in second?
Not yet. There's still fight there. She still thinks if anything goes wrong or if fatigue hits Justyna Kowalczyk, then she will always keep fighting till she realizes it's...
Kowalczyk's time last year for this exact route, 36:14. Of course, the snow conditions aren't quite the same. It was a little warmer last year. Officials trying to keep the supporters off the tracks. Everyone getting into it. It's turning more like a stage of the Tour de France. And this is exactly what they want. In maybe 2-3 years' time, the hill will be lined from bottom to top. And all they need to do is have a good party at the top of the climb at the end of the day.
They'll need food and drink after all this, and after 10 days. Just looking, Patrick, the biggest margin of a lead we've seen on this section was in the first Tour de Ski. Verpi Koitinen beat the rest of the field by 1 minute 17. I think that Therese Johaug, she's absolutely suffering right now, but I think she's going to beat that margin of win. She's just checking her pulse watch, and she might be alarmed that she's still over 90%. Couple of easier sections there where you switch back. It's just too steep to continue going up.
Only 24 seconds separating the top two finishers in the women's Tour de Ski last year. Kowalczyk ahead of Majdic. Now here comes Therese Johaug. Last time we saw her, Mike, she was what, 141 or 147 behind?
I think it was 141. I'll just confirm that.
She has closed it again. That was at 6.5. 7.4 in fact, 7.4, 147 was the margin, so she's taken another 16 seconds off. It is a staggering achievement from Therese Johaug, now with 1,100 meters to go. Is she safe in second, or do you think she can still blow it?
I think she's now safe in second. Therese could almost back off now. She won't, but look at the, I was going to say the spent forces, the two Italians just not able to keep the pace.
Yeah, as you said, Mike, what a reputation Johaug is going to build for herself today. All credit to Justyna Kowalczyk for the all-round effort. But the last 2 days, Johaug has proved herself to be the fighter that we thought she was back in 2007.
Oh, she is such a fighter. And that's where I think we mentioned earlier what might change. Maybe all these bonus seconds that, for example, Justyna Kowalczyk won yesterday. She won another minute in bonus seconds, sorry, 45 seconds. take that away, and this race would have been so close.
Well, maybe we can do a little mathematics and work out how many bonus seconds Kowalczyk has picked up this week compared to Therese Johaug, and then find out second for second who has been the quickest skier. Of course, it does complicate things, because if you don't do well in the sprints, you miss out on a whole lot of racing. And that is one area where you have to have the bonuses.
And sadly, that's where Theresa Johaug missed out on the potential for an extra minute bonus, because she didn't even qualify in the top 30 to make the sprint finals. So she didn't pick up even one bonus second, compared to Justyna picking up some 47. And I think 22 in the other sprint race.
Yeah, well, I can confirm that, because Johaug has picked up a total of 40 seconds of bonuses, and Kowalczyk's picked up 40 seconds in just about every leg. So she is leading on the back of all the bonuses. Yes, give them to her on the sprint, maybe reduce them on races like yesterday's, and put some other incentive in there. A nice big financial prize for doing well. Through the last of the banners, and now it eases off a little, back into skate 2. How she's got the strength to do that, and the balance and the determination. I think Kowalczyk now is safe and dry. 24 seconds last year. It should be a slightly bigger margin this year.
But I think we've got the Justyna Kowalczyk from day one has almost led this tour, and she hasn't lost her focus at any point. She is absolutely amazing.
Now, if Marit Bjørgen had entered, who would be first to the top?
Do you know, it's so difficult to say, but the focus that Justyna gives, and there she is, going to take the victory.
10 meters to go, and Justyna Kowalczyk becomes the first person to defend the Tour de Ski title. A phenomenal 10 days of skiing. She won the prologue in Oberhof 10 days ago, and all she wants to do now is sleep.
That's so much pain. She's just tucked up. And you don't often, you rarely see her showing such fatigue, but that hurt.
Well, it's emotional as well, because of the physical outlay and the mental outlay of the last 10 days. 8 races in 10 days. Now, applause for this woman, because this is the most staggering climb of the Alpe d'Huez we have ever seen. I wouldn't mind betting that it's the quickest time we've ever seen as well. 35:13 for Justyna Kowalczyk. Remember, Johaug started 3:21 behind. She could be sub 35 minutes, and that would be the first person to achieve that on the women's tour.
Amazing, absolutely incredible, from 5th, and well, not only 5th, but 3 minutes 21 behind.
Interesting, Mike, that many of those who were on very good form in the first 2 days of the tour have dropped away. Johaug, perhaps at 80%, has come up to her very best form in the last couple of days.
Well, she deserves so much praise for this attempt, and she did miss out on the sprint finals on both sprint days, so a little more rested. Well done.
Wonderful finish. Well, financially, she will benefit massively, up to 100,000 Swiss francs from the 25 she would have got. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. She's taken 2 minutes out of Justyna Kowalczyk on that climb. Amazing.
She's held a pulse rate only like 6% off maximum for the last 20 minutes. In fact, for the last 30 minutes.
Staggering. I wonder how Marit Bjørgen feels watching those pictures. She will not sit out the tour. She says it's too much like agony, watching everyone else race and just enjoying the atmosphere that has surrounded the tour this year. Kowalczyk, Johaug 1 and 2. Italy should get 3 and 4. It's been a good race from Mariana Longa, but there was nothing to give when Johaug came past her. Absolutely no way she could up the work rate. Third place, she deserves it. Longa, who finished 3rd in yesterday's race, had a very good run down in Dobiaco in the 15-kilometre. Played it tactically there and benefited from the efforts of Charlotte Kalla. Today, well, it's been a solo effort, and she's managed to hold on to a top 3. Started 2nd, down in 3rd now, 2:40 behind, some 32 seconds down on the time achieved by Kowalczyk, and a whole lot slower than Therese Johaug. But nice for the host nation to get a podium finish.
Oh, very, very much indeed. I feel a little for Ariana Follis. Skating maybe is not her strongest technique. She just could not go with Therese. and she couldn't close the gap on her teammate Longa.
Yeah, third last year in the Tour de Ski for Arianna Follis. Certainly, she has to be happy.